police now say more than 20 people have been injured after that bus crash along Highway 401. For more, we've reached Frédéric Pépin, who is a video journalist for CBC Radio-Canada out of Kingston, Ontario. Frédéric arrived on the scene a short while ago. Frédéric, what is the latest information that you have from there?
All right, so the OPP just told me, Peter, that 4 people with life-threatening injuries have been sent to the hospital. 2 of them with orange helicopters, so they were airlifted. 2 other with ambulance. 20 passengers in total were sent to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, and for a total of 37 passengers. So just about 20 minutes ago, there was a school bus full of people that left the scene. So those were the remaining passengers of that coach bus that crashed earlier. So they left the scene on their way to Brockville. What the police is telling me that they were tourists in the area for a visit, and most of them don't even speak English. And the bus company, what police has confirmed, is Union Tour Express. So what the police can tell us also from what they see on the site, and from what I can see right now, I'm positioned on Highway 401 eastbound. I'm stopped on the side of the highway, and I can see the bus. The bus is in the ditch on the westbound lane, and the bus is on its 4 wheels, so it did not tip over, but it did hit a wall, a big rock wall that's in the ditch, and that's where it got most of its damage to the side and to the front of the coach bus. You see that the windshield in front of the bus is completely removed, and right now there's a lot of police presence, but no more ambulances. There were a few earlier that left the scene, but I think all of the passengers have been removed right now. And from what we can see, there's no traffic on the westbound lanes of Highway 401. But just a few minutes ago, a few transport trucks and 18-wheelers were passing by. But I think that's the vehicles that were stuck, from where the OPP has closed the highway from the accident site. So the police have been escorting them out of the area. So Highway 401 westbound remain closed near Prescott, Ontario, between Prescott and Brockville.
So I'm just trying to figure this out, Frédéric. The bus is in a ditch. It's on all 4 wheels. It clearly, and we know that highway has those big jagged chunks of rock that the highway is sort of cut through a bit of a hill in those jagged rock areas. Do we have any sense, was there another car involved, or what might have led to this happening in the first place?
Well, honestly, I don't see any other vehicles. If there were smaller vehicles in the ditch, from where I am, maybe we wouldn't see it, but there's no sign of that right now. There's no sign of debris. And I've been covering crashes on 401. Just last week, there were 2 on 401. Usually you see debris when there's multiple vehicles involved. And right now here, there's no debris at all. It's just a big coach bus, a white coach bus. It's written Uni on the side of it. And it's in the ditch on its wheels. So it looks like, and you're right, it's a rock cut that has been made, and the bus crashed in the rock cut, hit that rock wall and kind of just slowed down on its way. So, just that impact itself could have, it could create a lot of turbulence inside of bus. And we know that most of these buses people these buses don't usually wear seatbelts. So that's what we can presume right now. So as we speak, and I remind viewers, 4 people with life-threatening injuries. So there's nobody deceased right now, but it could get worse. And 2 of them were airlifted. So these are the more serious injuries. They were airlifted just earlier today.
We only have about a minute left, Frédéric, but I think a lot of our viewers know that stretch of highway when you the 416 joins the 401, and as you move west back towards Toronto is where this took place. There have been a series of accidents, deadly accidents in that area in the recent past, yes?
Yeah, exactly. And I was mentioning earlier, right, no signs of debris in this crash, because just last week there were other accidents involving tractor trailers and smaller vehicles, SUVs. You see debris, but this here today, no debris. And you're exactly right. It's right. If you're coming from Ottawa on 416 and you're hitting that ramp to go on the 401 westbound, it's just after that where this accident took place. So you got to keep in mind there's a lot of traffic coming this way, a lot of heavy traffic going from Montreal also to Toronto. All of these vehicles are detoured. So emergency detour routes will be heavily affected with traffic, a lot of traffic going that way. And I've heard a lot of my colleagues from CBC News, the Ottawa station, were telling people actually to hit the detour routes, but north from Highway 401 and not to go south.
Okay, we're going to have to leave it there. Frédéric Pépin from Radio-Canada in Kingston, thank you so much for taking time to speak with us today.